me being a young girl, like, I'm not new to the streets, obviously, so I already knew what they really wanted was sex, you know what I'm saying? But in my mind, I just wanted money, like, you know.
Let's cut through all the crap and let's just have a real conversation.
I am talking to
Can
you
we-
real.
can we
I'm
do
talking
that?
to you real. I'm talking
You're
to
not.
you real.
You're not.
I'm talking to you real by telling you that I'm not the shooter.
This is Jovian Lannis and De'Ara Hook, two people putting on totally unconvincing performances after being linked to a murder outside their apartment building.
It looks like you set this guy up to get robbed, which resulted in a homicide.
No.
According to the information I have, you're the one pulling the trigger.
And how would that be possible, man?
What do you mean, how would that be possible?
But what they don't know is that detectives have a long list of witnesses and equally long phone records that place them both at the scene of the crime. Now, these two will turn on each other in a desperate attempt to stay out of prison, with no idea that their fates are already sealed.
He said that JP is a killer
Yeah.
and that he doesn't want to be around him.
JP, you're exhausting me.
No, I told you the truth.
You are... No, you're not.
I'm trying to really tell you what's going on, man.
You're not. I mean, you're trying to tell me that they did it because you're pissed off that they talked.
At around 6 a.m. on July 29, 2013, law enforcement in Norcross, Georgia, received a call from a resident at the Celadon apartment complex. According to the caller, there was a drunken man on the ground at the front of the building, and another man not far from him, lying in a bush. The caller suspected that the second man was bleeding. Sure enough, when officers arrived at the scene, they found 28-year-old Stephen Carden dead from a gunshot wound. Nearby, his friend, 28-year-old Thomas Smith, was alive but injured. He had a deep cut on his ear, consistent with being hit with a blunt object. Due to the injury, Thomas couldn't remember who had attacked them or why. Investigators leapt into action, canvassing the apartment complex for clues. It didn't take long for their attention to be drawn to a single apartment in the building. The apartment had been a long-term base for a group of young people who were known to carry out criminal activity, including robberies and drug dealing. Over the course of 3 months, detectives questioned dozens of residents, including the revolving group that lived in the apartment. And the more they questioned, the more fingers began to point at 3 people: 26-year-old Jovian Lannis, 22-year-old De'Ara Hood, and 18-year-old Tyler Estrada. Police are particularly interested in Jovian, also known as JP, and De'Ara. Witnesses, phone records, and incriminating photographs have led them to believe that De'Ara was the one who planned to rob the victims, and JP was the one who pulled the trigger. At first, these suspects are going to deny any involvement in the shooting, believing that their friends and accomplices have kept their lips sealed too. But as you're about to see, investigators have compiled enough evidence to build a tough case against them, whether they confess or not. First, detectives sought out De'Ara Hood, also known as Snoopy. Throughout these interrogations, these suspects will be referred to interchangeably by their first names and nicknames.
Like I said, I'm Detective Kink. This is Detective Crosby, okay?
Excellent.
Let me turn my phone off really quick.
So, we're just here. We're going to have a very important conversation today with you. Maybe one of the most important conversations we've had in kind of a long time. We've got some questions that we'd like your help with, and a lot of this stuff is going to be very important to you, what we're going to talk about, okay?
Well, listen, I don't have any warrants or anything on you right now, okay? But obviously you're in custody. You've got the probation thing. So before we can talk, I'm going to read your rights, okay?
They spend a few minutes going through her Miranda rights. This takes a little more care than a normal interrogation, because De'Ara, as well as her boyfriend Tyler, who goes by the nickname Looney, were already locked up in DeKalb County Jail on charges of armed robbery and aggravated assault.
You told us your boyfriend right now he goes by Looney, right?
He's in DeKalb.
He's in DeKalb. What's his real name?
Tyler
Do you know his last name?
Estrada.
Okay. I guess we'll just jump into it, and I'll kind of give you an idea of the main things we want to talk about, okay? Your name has come up in some cases that I'm working here in Gwinnett County, all right? Like I told you, I don't have any warrants on you. I'm not the type of guy, I know we've never met, I'm not here to play tricks on you or try to, play any games with you, okay? That's just not me. I I'm not the type that's going to yell at you and slam my fist and do all that. I know people have a vision in their head sometimes of what detectives do, but I just want to ask you about some of these things. I'd like to get your side of this because obviously there's always two sides. So I want to, I want to have a conversation with you and just see if you can help me out with some of this information. There's obviously there's at least a robbery or two around here where your name has kind of been floating around. The main thing we want to talk about is a homicide. Okay, that happened. Homicide, yeah. The case I want to talk to you about happened back at the end of July. Do you remember where you were living at the end of July?
No.
You don't?
Not really.
Would it, if I said I thought you were living in Highland Walk off South Norcross Tucker, does that ring a bell?
I mean, I've stayed there. Like, I stayed in there with a friend a few times, but I wasn't necessarily living there. I would just in and out.
Stayed with Chelsea?
Yeah.
Who else lived there with Chelsea? Did anybody else live there?
A bunch of guys, like, they were like related to her boyfriend or something like that, and her boyfriend that got locked up. That's really like how I knew her, because I knew her boyfriend.
Who's her boyfriend?
I don't know his real name, I just know his nickname. Like, his nickname is Dub, that's it.
You know who else was there with her? What other guys were coming around?
Like, I don't really know them like that. Like,
I understand.
but I know that they were supposed to be in some relation to him.
Do you know any of their nicknames or anything like that?
Like, I know one's JP, like Dre, and
There were allegedly at least 7 people staying on and off at the Norcross apartment, all of which have been questioned by police. But in the detective's eyes, Deara and JP are the ones that matter.
The night that I was wanting to talk to you about is there was July 29th is the night. There was a guy. Do you go to any clubs or anything down in Atlanta, like off Buford Highway?
some, like,
Which ones do you typically go to?
I used to go to like Chaparral a long time ago, and now I go to like Confettis or like El Locho and like what is that one? Like, I know people that work in Tropicana, like, but really I don't go because they don't really let the people that I hang out with, they don't let us in. So
Have you ever been to Don Pollo?
yeah, I've been there before, but I don't go there because that's one of the places where they don't let us in.
They
Like,
don't let
they
who
wouldn't
in?
let they won't let my boyfriend in, or like the guys that he be out because they look like cholos. You know what I'm saying? They wear baggy clothes and stuff like that, so they're not gonna let them in there.
Okay.
Don Polo, a Mexican nightclub in Atlanta, was the last place victims Stephen and Thomas had been to before they drove to the apartments where Stephen was killed. It's also the location where Thomas claims they had first met Deara.
Well, the stuff that I was hoping, and this is kind of where, I really want your help, is on July 29th, 28th, and 29th, somebody got your phone number and I guess was having some conversations with you and was coming to meet you over near Chelsea's apartment over there. Basically, that guy ended up getting shot and killed. Okay, long story
That
short.
had a conversation with me.
Yeah. So there's a lot of gaps, and I have a lot of the answers to some of the questions, but that's where I really want, because I've been working on this pretty solid for a few months now. Okay, I know a lot about you, probably a lot more than you'd like me to know about you and about your friends and stuff like that. And I've done a ton of research. I've gotten a ton of records and phone records and this and that, and I have basically a group of people that are associated with this, and what I'm trying to do is figure out who played what role. Okay, I don't know if you were there and saw this, or if I don't know the details around that, and that's what it's very important for you to help fill me in on this.
I don't know nothing about no shooting, nothing like that.
Okay.
And like, to be honest, I meet a lot of people. And like, I talk to a lot of people, and like, if it's just some guy, like, I don't know, like,
Let me
what
run
was
some.
what was it
Yeah.
about? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what was it about, drugs or?
Let me run some stuff by you then real quick. Your old phone number, you remember?
I've had a lot of numbers.
Okay.
Before, so I really can't really.
Well, I mean,
I
this
smoke
is-
weed every day.
This is a bunch of your text messages from that number, and there's stuff in here that I'm sure you'll recognize, like talking to Psycho, your friend Giovanni, stuff like that. Okay.
Mhm.
Most of these messages are back and forth between you and
Mhm.
Tyler.
Oh, okay.
Looney. Some of these highlighted messages are of interest to us because those are messages between your phone and the person who was shot. So
Okay,
that's what we're talking
who
about.
was
Is
this
we're
person like that was shot? Like, let me see.
Detectives aren't waiting to reveal their evidence. They already have so much tying Diarra to the case that they're betting on her being smart enough to recognize that she can't lie her way out of it. But will she?
You ever remember meeting that guy?
I can't really too much say, but I do remember meeting these white guys. I remember meeting some white guys, and like they're really like they were trying to prostitute or some shit like that, or like really like I had like really just wanted to hang out with them to make money off of them, but like they never end up showing up. Like I don't know, I was on the phone with the guy, and then I just heard a bunch of ruckus and shit, and like the phone cut off, and where I was gonna meet him at, I was there. And I was in Chelsea's car, but nothing happened. Like, he never showed up, anything like that. And then that's when I seen, like, on the news the next day what happened.
okay. Let's start at the beginning. Did you meet these guys at Don Pollo?
I met them actually in the, like around the street in the parking lot because the other clubs that I go to that I told you about is right next door.
Yeah, it's
like,
all group
across
right
the
there,
street.
right
yeah,
there.
it's across
I've
the
been-
street.
yeah.
So I met them in the parking lot and like
What
I
were
sold,
they when you
I
met
sold
them?
them drugs.
You
so,
sold them drugs in the parking
yeah,
lot. What'd you sell them?
Some coke.
Okay. What was the plan after that? Why were you still talking to them?
Like because like they had money and
They wanted more?
I wanted, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like they were talking about partying and stuff like that. So I mean, like really, like me being a young girl, like, I'm not new to the streets, obviously. So I already knew what they really wanted was sex. You know what I'm saying? But in my mind, I just wanted money. Like you know, like I just wanted
You
to
had a
like,
kid. You had a kid at that point,
yeah.
right? You need money.
like I just wanted to basically like sell to them. You know what I'm
Look,
saying?
I understand. Trust me, this is not like you said.
Yeah.
You're not new to the streets. We're not new to doing this. Okay, it's
I mean, like,
it is
yeah,
what it
it's
is.
a coincidence or was that weird? Hell yeah, that was weird. And I like freaked out about it at first, but like you know, you meet
So
a lot
you
of
met?
people, and you don't
Was
never know.
he was with another guy? You said there's
Yeah.
two guys.
Like I didn't talk to him.
So who were you with that night
Me
Yes.
when I met them,
when you met them? When you sold them
like
the drugs,
when
who
I
were you
sold
with?
them the drugs, like I walked up to them by myself. Like I was by myself because like I said, I know what they wanted from the beginning was like sex, just from the way that they was looking at me.
Sure.
But since they wanted to talk, I was like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm about money. Like yeah, I'm sure you know I've been locked up trafficking from this
Yeah.
county. So
That's why you're on
like,
probation.
yeah, so that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like really, that's what it was.
Sure.
But
Okay.
at
So
the club, I was with Looney.
Diarra has already admitted that she wanted to keep in contact with them for money. What she doesn't realize is that given her reputation for robbing people, it's not hard to make the connection that she was using the promise of sex and drugs to lure them into a trap.
Did they say anything else when you were talking? Did they mention anything else that they were going through,
Like
or what was going on with them, or?
no, I just thought it was weird because they were like they would live like they was from Buckhead and that like his brother that had a house in Buckhead that they had a lot of money and like you know what I'm saying, like I don't know if they were just telling me this like because they think oh if a girl thinks you have a lot of money or stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, like they'll f with you, but you know like it was just weird to me like what are you doing with a whole bunch of money in your pocket on Buford Highway, you know what I'm saying, like and then you say you from Buckhead. Or whatever. I mean, not Buckhead, Bankhead. Like, he was
Bankhead.
telling me, like, Simpson Road. So I just thought it was kind of weird that some white guys from Simpson Road were on Buford Highway with shitload of money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just thought they were, like, drugged the out of their mind. Like, just on a drug trace. And, like, you know, mostly women come with drugs, so.
So how much coke did you sell them at?
I sold them
That way,
just, like,
yeah.
220s.
Okay. And then when you got back to Chelsea's, do you remember who all was there?
Well, like, not really. I can't necessarily say that. Like I told y'all, like, I remember it's not all that good. And, like, it was, like, it's hard to say. But I know, like, some of the guys were there and stuff like that. And that's who probably, like, that's who went walking with Looney when, like, he left for that little bit of time. But he was already back in the house before I even got back in the house.
But that night specifically, do you remember who all was there?
Like, all those people were there that night.
So by all those, you said Dub was there, JP.
Oh, no, Dub was never around. Like, Dub has been locked up during all this time. That's just how I know Chelsea. He lived there at first, but he got locked up.
Where was he locked up? 'Cause I don't think
He's
he was
locked up in
at this
DeKalb.
time.
He
In DeKalb.
was locked up.
Okay, I can check that. That's fine.
He was locked up.
And then, so you think JP, Dre, JD, you think they were there?
Yeah.
Now that they've clarified that she, Tyler, and JP were all back at the apartment at the time of the shooting, it's time to return to the shooting itself. By now, Diarra admits she had called 2 men to the apartments. But will she also admit what happened to them?
So ultimately, you remember
So
where
I
you
just
were at the
left.
point when you heard all that on the phone?
When I heard that on the phone, I was in the front of the shopping center parked. And, like, that's when I had found out that they was outside of the car walking around, you know. So then that's when, like, I was trying to get, like, him to come to where I was at. But then I drove around. Like, once I heard all the noise and, like, it hanged up, I drove around, drove, like, fast. And then that's when I heard the shot. And when I heard the shot, like, I just panicked and I just dipped. Like, that's when I knew, like, that I'm gone. Like, because Chelsea started calling my phone.
So where did you drive around after you heard the shot?
Well, I didn't drive around after I heard the shot.
Oh.
I just left. Like, I left the little abandoned apartment because at first I drove around right there. Then I
Right.
parked in the front. But, like, when I heard it, I just, like, left because my phone started ringing. And I was just like, and Cho's like, are you okay? Are you okay? I just heard shots. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I'm like, yeah, I'm on my way back to the house. So I drove back. And, like, I just wanted to make sure, like, everybody else was okay, too. But everybody was already in the house.
Did you, on your way back, did you pick anybody up?
No, I didn't pick anybody
You just
up.
went back
I was just
and
by myself.
You said the other guys that had left came back around the same time?
Like, they were already in the house. When
They were
I
already
got
back?
Yeah, they was
Okay.
already back.
All of them?
Yeah,
So you
all of
think
them was already back.
JP, JD, Jason, and Looney?
Yeah, they
And
was
that
all
Chelsea
already in
was
the house.
there the whole time?
This lie is going to come back to bite her because Diarra doesn't know that multiple residents at the Celadon complex saw JP, Tyler, and their friend Dre get into her car after the shooting. And the detectives know it too. What's more, they have security footage from the nearby shopping center, and Diarra's car never appears on camera.
And then you said the next day you heard about something?
Yeah, like, that's when, like, the next day when we got up, you know what I'm saying, me and Chelsea, we normally go to the store, you know, like, I might buy beer or some cigarettes. So we're going to the store, the Chevron, whatever. Like, I used to go there a lot, whether it would be walking or driving or whatever. And, like, we saw the yellow tape up and all that stuff. So then, like, we looked it up and, like, I figured it out, like, that something bad had happened to those guys. But I don't know. I never knew that, like, that they died or whatever, because I guess they didn't put that.
Well, only one of them died. One of them didn't die. So one of them's actually still alive.
Well, that's good.
So what were you hearing about what happened? What was the word on the street about what?
I don't know. I just imagined that maybe somebody seen these white guys walking around and probably just realized they probably didn't even know where the hell they was at. Like, heard him talking on the phone or something. You know, like, that was just, I don't know. I just think he made a bad choice of getting out of the car right there. Like, maybe he didn't really know the area that he was in. Because, like, I damn sure wouldn't be walking around that place at, like, 4:30 in the morning.
Sure.
Yeah, so I really don't know, like, if they just,
Did you hear how
somebody
he
probably
died?
tried to rob them or something.
It's strange that Diarra would suggest that they were robbed while simultaneously claiming she didn't know the details, because of course she knows that it was an attempted robbery. She planned it.
Well, I guess the biggest things that I think we need to kind of iron out. There's a few things. You know, like I said, there's all I need from you is the truth, okay? Because obviously, in something like this,
Like I said, this is a very important conversation for you.
I'm trying to think of how to put this to where it makes the most sense. Obviously, this is a very serious crime, okay? And I think most of what you're telling me is true. I don't have reason to doubt, you know, probably about 85%
You
of
think
what
it
you're
has
telling
something to
me.
do with what happened?
Well, I'm going to explain
That's
to
what
you.
you
I'm going to
think.
explain to you, and I don't know that you were there and witnessed it. That's not what I'm trying to say. But what I want to get across is that more than your phone has come back around to you in this whole thing. Do you have any clue what more I could possibly link back to you in this whole thing?
What?
Or the group of friends?
what I sold to them. Or
No, it has nothing to do
No,
with drugs.
you have-
I
you
don't
have-
care about the drugs.
You have one really big problem right now, which is why you're here talking to us.
what?
Okay?
A picture of a gun, of me holding a gun.
Do you know why that gun's important?
Why?
Can you guess?
I don't know why that gun's important.
That's the gun that killed the guy in this apartment complex.
Well, that's not even my gun.
I understand that.
I
That's
just
why
took
it's
the
important.
picture
That's
'cause
why it's important for you to
Facebook,
talk
know?
to us, because we need to know the history of this gun.
Well, first off, the history of the gun was like, well, first, I guess the guns were Dubs, and when he got locked up, all these little guys that were around him, or whatever, because, you know, like, I guess y'all should know that, like,
We know
how I
why.
know Dub was he sold me weed, you know what I'm saying? He
Mhm.
sold dope. So these little guys that was around, or that's related to him, was supposed to be like his little guys. So I guess they took over, and they the ones who had his guns. So that's why, like, you know what I'm saying, just when, like, take a little Facebook picture with it. What they did with the guns, I don't know.
Who normally carried that gun around?
Well, I know mostly, like, JP carried them, like, because he was the oldest out of everybody. So he was the one
J
that,
Pistol? Does it go by that too?
yeah, like, so he was the one that really, like, told them what to do or how to do, you know what I'm saying, like, so I don't really know what happened to the guns, like, after we left them or whatever.
That's
But
fine.
I didn't know that that was the gun that killed a guy. I don't
That's
know.
why-
much.
How many did you have that gun? How long did you have that gun?
Not long. This was inside the house. Like, I never had it. So it was like, they had it. They always had the gun.
Watch her body language. Diarra is playing it extraordinarily cool given that she's just been connected to the murder weapon through physical evidence. And she can brush it off, but detectives are going to keep amping up the pressure, revealing evidence piece by piece until she runs out of excuses.
Are you starting to see why this is important to you, though? Why this conversation
Because
is
I have
important?
this gun. What,
No,
you think
no,
I
no,
killed
no.
him?
Because you're talking to this guy
Mhm.
who ends up trying to look for you
Yeah.
in your neighborhood. He gets shot with a gun
He's gonna
that's
look for me in my
been
neighborhood.
in your possession. Okay, the situation you're in right here is we have to figure out if you didn't have this gun at that time, who did, and it's your group of friends. And this is very important to you because this is the difference from you being a part of this to you being a witness in this. Do you understand?
Yeah, but
There's
like
nothing
I
more
said,
serious
I
you
never
can do
saw
with
them. Like, I never seen them. So
Let me explain to you why this is so important to you, because you know, I want to make sure that you get a fair chance to explain this, and you know, we're not just out fishing for information. You know, there's a lot more to this. You know, we have all your text messages, obviously. You know, I've got them pretty far back, and in your text messages, you know, it's not really a secret. There's several times in there where you've texted people about setting up robberies, or with friends. The group collectively, one person or another has set up robberies. Okay, so you have to look at this from our perspective and from what the evidence that we have right now shows, and that's why what you're telling us is very important for us to understand. I have a pattern of you being involved in setting up robberies. Okay, I have you meeting a couple guys downtown, exchanging phone numbers, talking to them. They're coming to meet you. There's no dispute that their intent is to come down there to meet you. They don't live anywhere near South Norcross Tucker Road. You know, I've got now, you know, that on face value, it is what it is. But then we start adding other stuff to it, which now we've got the gun as a component in this. You know, pretty much every picture I have of that gun either has you or Looney holding it. Okay, and it's,
but those are just pictures for the fun of it. Because if you found those pictures, I'm sure you found a picture
well, let's
of me, Looney, and JP together.
Yeah,
holding
yeah, I
guns.
did.
So
well, let's on face value, you know, somebody could easily look at this and say, Diarra set these guys up for a robbery, and maybe you intended it, maybe you didn't, this guy gets killed. Okay, that's what it looks like on face value. I'm going to tell you that right now. It looks like these guys, somebody knew they had money. Obviously, they're looking to party, they're looking to have fun, they're intoxicated, you know, they're not in the right mind. They're an easy target. Okay, they are. They're out of their element. They're walking around a complex. They don't know where the hell they are.
yeah.
It's an easy. That's
why
an
they
easy.
got off the car, I don't know.
I understand, and we know all that, but it doesn't have neither here nor there. Okay, but from someone that is on the street, and I'm not saying you, I'm just saying in general, someone that lives this lifestyle, for all intents and purposes, they're a very easy target, right? I mean, I'm not saying this isn't to say that you did any of this. I'm just saying, on face value, if someone was going to rob these
On
guys,
face value to
Sure.
them, I was an easy target because I was young and like they probably thought I was on drugs too, just because I sold them drugs or whatever, you know, the case may
so,
be.
but what I'm saying is that from somebody looking at this, not knowing anything about anything, just looking at, it looks like that could be a possibility, right?
Like me or Looney is guilty because we have pictures of guns.
Diarra's tactic of pretending that these photos are the only incriminating evidence against her is a losing strategy, and everyone in the room knows it.
So what I'm saying is that people have been pushing me to probably charge you with homicide for a while, okay? But I like to get the other side of the story.
Well, I never
Now,
killed
this
no
gun,
one, so-
I'm not saying you did. I'm not saying you did. But what I'm saying is that right now, it looks like you set this guy up to get robbed, which resulted in a homicide, which by law means that you're just as responsible for the homicide. So if there's more information, the only way at this point, you know, if there's more to it, because this gun is in you and Looney's hands this whole, every picture, every time. Now, that doesn't mean it ever changed
But
hands.
neither one of us killed him, so it doesn't matter.
Well, who did?
You're telling us these aren't your friends. These aren't good people. They're not someone you need to protect. This is your life,
but
okay? You
it's
got a
not
kid.
like I didn't do anything to these guys, like so.
I didn't say you did.
No.
Okay. But I don't know because the other living guy was passed out during that time. So right now, there's any number of people
Well,
that
I'm
could
sure
have been
if
the
he's still
shooter.
alive, he could tell you that I wasn't the shooter, and I'm sure he's told you that.
She may think she's being clever, but all she's doing is showing that she doesn't understand what the word accomplice means, or how seriously it's treated in a court of law.
Now, he got knocked out, so he's not around during this time. So there's a little tiny window that I've got to fill the gaps in. Okay.
But
now
I'm sure
hang
he's
on.
talked to you guys. He
He
would
is, of
remember.
course.
He would remember who knocked him out.
No, he doesn't.
No.
He got hit in the head.
They got,
He lost his
yeah, they
memory.
get blindsided. Okay.
I've been hit in the head plenty of times.
If you've been hit in the head with that gun at full speed by a big dude,
Well, let me tell you this, okay? Because I want to tell you a couple other things before, you know, I don't want you to sit here and lie to me, and then down the road I have to say you're lying. There's more to it. So you're in Chelsea's car, okay? Obviously, there's people out and about that see you in Chelsea's car driving
they
around.
saw me.
Now, the same people that see you driving around also see a Hispanic guy and two black guys hop in that car inside of the complex where all this happened.
Nobody
Okay.
never got in the car with me.
I'm telling you what
When I came
I'm
back,
telling you what
they
people
never
tell
got in
us.
the car with me.
I wasn't there, but I'm telling you what people
Afterwards,
tell
like
us.
later on in the morning, we all got in the car and we left.
Well, I'm telling you that
But-
people tell me, the people that are outside in that complex, say they see you driving this car around the complex, slow, looking for somebody.
Yeah.
Okay, they see
But
a
at the
couple
time, I
black.
was
Listen,
by
hang on. Let me
myself.
talk. Yeah, by yourself. At the same time, they see a couple black guys walking around the complex. You know, who
But
knows
like
who
I
they
told
are
you,
right
I
now?
never
Hang on. Let me talk.
they never got in the car with me when I got back.
Let me
When
talk.
I got back, they
Let me
was
talk.
in
Let
the
me talk.
house.
Hang on. Let me explain this, okay? I wasn't there. I'm telling you what people are telling me, okay?
Okay, but people can say anything because they just think like, okay, from this time frame that happened. How you know these people didn't see these people like or whatever, like the tape and all that when that happened, when they found them? How do you know like it was during this time, like when I was looking for them, like right after I looked for them, that's when they hopped in the car with me. This could be somebody seeing me
Because
way after the crime.
these people see you driving around and they see you park, and they talked about very specifically where the car went, where it stopped,
I
where it
parked
parked.
right there in the front, like I told you.
Well,
I just told
they
you
put
that.
you in the complex during some of this time, and they say they hear a shot,
I
and they
told
see
you,
these
I
two
rode
guys.
around.
They see
I
these
rode
two.
around
Hang on,
after I-
Jared, let me talk. Please let me talk, okay?
Their suspect has been playing it ice cool for the last hour. Now watch as her composure starts to break.
We're not going to get anywhere if
Yeah,
we're going to
we're talking
interrupt each
over
other,
each
okay?
other, yeah.
So I'm calm. You know, we're going to talk about this, all right? I'm just telling you what these guys are telling me. They see this car driving around with you driving, okay? They see the car stop. They see a Hispanic guy get in, and they see two black guys get in, and the car leaves, all right? Now, there's video cameras on around South Norcross Tucker, okay? That shopping center where you're saying you stopped is on video. I've looked at that video, and I don't see your car stopped in that shopping center. I'm going to tell you that right
There
now.
is a place where there's not no video right there. I didn't park in the same
How do
parking
you know
lot
where
as
the
their
video
car.
is and where the video is not? The
I
video
just
is
know
from
where
across the
it's at.
street,
Yeah,
looking at
because
that
the
whole
gas
parking lot.
station is there. You know what I'm saying?
Gas station,
I know,
bananas,
like,
there's cameras on that.
Yeah, there's cameras all over there. There's
And I'm
cameras
telling
all
you
over
that
South
car didn't
Norcross.
stop in that
That car did
complex.
stop right there.
The excuses are getting increasingly desperate. The detective's tactics appear to be working. It's time to move to a new topic and to give Diarra an out to start telling the truth.
So who had this gun that night? That's the big question here.
I don't know who had the gun.
Because if you're going to separate
I know
yourself,
I didn't have a gun that night.
if you're going to
'cause it's not
separate
my
yourself
gun.
from this, there's more to it than I didn't do it. I mean, you understand that we're pretty much at the point where if I want to charge you right now with murder, I can charge you with murder.
Yeah, I understand that, but the
Okay.
thing about it is you'll be convicting an innocent person of a crime they didn't do because I never murdered anybody. You know what I'm saying? I never robbed them. I never murdered them. So why would you charge me with that just off of a picture? When I told you
Picture.
who
We're a
controls
lot,
them guns.
we're a lot past the picture.
The JP, he was the one that was in control of them guns, not me. Not Chelsea, not anybody else.
So you're saying JP had the gun that day?
Yeah.
This is the shift detectives are looking for. Of course, they want a confession. But implicating JP is an effective start. Not only does it give them more to work with when they finally bring him in, but if she thinks JP will take most of the blame, it will ease her into confessing more.
He had the guns, I'll say, every day.
So tell me about JP. What's his deal?
He's just a
He
big
do
black
this?
guy that is like
I know who he is.
really institutionalized,
I
and
got it. I'm familiar. I know who he is.
really that's why like I figured out that they were not really great people, because yeah, when you're around somebody for a little while, you know what I'm saying, like people can cover up tendencies or be, you know what I'm saying, but like that guy damn near like, you know, try to like pull me on top of him like some fucking scary shit. Like,
So
you
tell
know,
me about
so-
him. What did
yeah.
they talk about when they got back? Did they do this?
I don't know if they did it or not. Like, I really don't know. But I knew that, like, let me say this. Like, I can't say if they did it because I did not watch. You get what I'm saying? Like, I was not there. They knew that I was going to meet them. They wanted to do it, but I was just like, nah, let me see, let me get some money, let me get some money. You know what I'm
They
saying?
wanted
Don't
to do what?
Rob him. Robbed him. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Who's
But
who's
me-
they? When you say they, who's they?
Like JP and like his little group or whatever.
Well, specifically JP and who else? That's important if we're to be specific. Because like you said, we don't want to put innocent
I mean,
people.
everybody just talks like, I don't know, like who said what, like to do what. Like, I mean, I be on drugs. Obviously, you see a pint of codeine in my hand, and I tell you that I smoke weed every day. Like,
Well,
I drink.
If there's one thing in your whole life that it pays off for you to think very hard and remember, I promise right now is the time to do that. Okay? This is probably the most important conversation you're ever going to have in your life. You understand that?
Detectives know they've got Diarra exactly where they want her. She's implicated JP in the shooting and admitted to planning the robbery. These are things the detectives already knew, but a recorded confession will make the legal process smoother. But whether they help Diarra's case when she goes to trial is a very different question.
They just talked about basically what you're saying, like trying to get me to set them up. But thing was, I never even got up on them to set them up. Like, whether they got to them before I got to them.
Okay, so tell me
Was
about
a thing.
what did they talk about? What did you tell me about it.
Well, really, like, of course, they not gonna tell me everything. But yeah, like, I think that JP is the one who did it, and like, he never like admittedly, like, to me, except for like he says things but not like admitting it. You know what I'm saying? Like how people say things but really they like.
I get
They
it.
try to
What
insinuate
specifically?
something.
What specifically would lead you to believe that he did this?
Like, then the next day, it was just like, anything had to go say nothing, like, basically, like, because I was talking to him on phone and stuff, so I guess
Talking to
afterwards,
JP?
the next day, like, he started getting paranoid, whatever. Like, he started getting paranoid about the situation, I guess, because basically what he did, like, he was guilty of it, you know what I'm saying?
So
of
Looney
course I'm
is
gonna
out with
make
these
it.
guys at the time when you're waiting in the car alone.
Yeah, and
Correct.
then Looney was just like.
So what did
skeptical.
Looney
He's
tell you
like,
about all this?
Come back. He's just like, come back. Like, that's it. And then we just talked when I got there.
What did you talk about?
Like, what happened? He was just like, he a crazy motherfucker, and that he was like scared, basically, of him. Like, really.
What did he say? Tell us what he said. Did he say he killed somebody?
Yes.
So Looney told that to you.
Yes.
Was
He
Looney-
said that JP is a killer
Was Looney
and
there?
that he doesn't want to be around him and that we need to get the around him. That's what he said.
Did he do it in front of Looney?
I'm guessing. I mean, Looney was basically traumatized of this guy afterwards, so I'm guessing he saw it, whether it was up on him or from a distance. But I'm guessing maybe he saw what happened.
No, I think you know. I think Looney told you. Because
Yeah,
Looney-
like I'm guessing
Looney
he
is
saw.
basically your husband.
I mean, yeah, but whether he saw it from up close, I never asked him all that. Like, I'm not the police. Like,
You're not.
I'm just gonna try to console him and that's it. Like, I'm not gonna be like, how close were you? Like, what did you see? Like, you know what I'm saying? I just know that he's just told me like, look, JP is a f***ing killer. Like, don't f***ing trust him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I was just like, hey, look, we're not supposed to do like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not supposed to be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just supposed to try to get some money. And like, well, what did we get out of nothing? Nothing. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like, I didn't get shit from, like, except for the little 40 that I sold them. Like, that's it. And I'm just like, listen, like, I don't know what kind of shit y'all be on, but I'm not on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might be a f***ing robber or a f***ing dope dealer, but I'm not no f***ing murderer. Like, I'm not gonna kill nobody for no f***ing couple of dollars.
While we don't have video footage of Tyler's interrogation at DeKalb County Jail, we do have audio where Tyler confirms some of what Diarra claimed. However, he's less confident about the shooting. Tyler claims he only saw JP hit one of the men with a gun, but he fled the scene before JP pulled the trigger. He only heard the gunshots while he ran away.
I mean, are you there to see this happen?
What?
I mean, did you see him shoot this guy?
No, I didn't see him shoot him.
Okay.
I was already turned around, like.
But to your knowledge, I mean,
you know,
is there anybody else that was there that could have shot this guy?
Like anybody else other than JP?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Why do you think
Nobody-
JP shot him then?
Because it was just me and him walking around, but there could have been other people walking around. Because people like over there, everybody scopes everything out. Like, I don't know if anybody else was walking around there, but it was just me and JP. I remember just walking towards him. When I saw him pistol whip the guy, like, no, I think it's over with.
So you watched him pistol whip one guy, and then after he did that, that's when you start walking away.
And then when you between the buildings, like, I heard the gunshot. Like, I guess there was a conversation. I don't know.
Things will only get messier when officers finally end up face-to-face with JP, the man who is now accused of pulling the trigger.
All right, man, JP. You all right? You need a bathroom or water or anything like that?
I'm alright.
You good? All right. I'm Detective Kangas, Washington. You know, we'll get into everything while you're here. Obviously, you got some warrants. So we'll talk about all that stuff.
Warrants?
Yeah, I'll explain all that to you here in just a minute, all right? And you can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statement. You understand all those? Okay. You mind answering some questions and talking about this with us a little bit?
I want to know what's going on. I didn't even know I had no warrants. I didn't go see my probation officer. They ain't say nothing.
Well, I took the warrants out on you. I just took them today, so you know, I guess nobody really probably knew about them or anything like that. The warrants that I took out, it's some pretty serious stuff. I'm not gonna lie. You've got basically a few warrants on you. One of them is for felony murder. Okay, and that's the main one that I really want to talk to you about. No, it's all kind of related to the same incident, but your name got brought into this case I'm working pretty deep, and I really want to talk to you and kind of get from you why it got brought in and let you tell your side of the story. So, do you have any clue what I might be talking about as far as a homicide?
Nah, I know a lot of little homicides been happening, like, shoot, you know what I'm saying, like, over by my auntie house around the corner, you know what I'm saying, 4 people had got killed or whatever, I don't know, and somebody else around the corner. That's all I really know about.
Yeah. This one happened, you know, you were staying over off South Norcross Tucker for a little bit?
Yeah, I was
Over
over
with,
there. Yeah, I was over there.
where Jeremy used to live, and
I stayed with him for a minute. When he got locked up, then I had ended up going, and me and his girlfriend got into it, so I couldn't even stay there no more. So I had to move out anyway.
South Norfolk Tucker refers to the apartment where JP met Diarra and Tyler.
so who else stayed there?
It was me.
Who else who laid their head down there every night?
Let me see. Me, Jason, cousin Smooth was there.
Smooth?
Yeah, my cousin Smooth.
What's his real name?
Dre and stuff, but you know, she had like little 5 homegirls over, you know what I'm saying, then they invite friends and stuff like that, so we did that like every day, so you know what I'm saying, it was just different people in there every day. It was a loud crowd, you know what I'm saying, and the people over there been saying about that, music loud, you know what I'm saying, everybody over there outside drunk,
right.
You know what I'm saying, so it's like, it would be hard to just keep up with everybody that just was over there every day, you know what I'm saying, but it was like, what's the old girl name, man? Her name, old girl named Snoopy, her boyfriend, and them two guys, me and them got into it so much, you know what I'm saying?
What's her boyfriend's name?
I don't know his name, you know what I'm saying? He just always come over there with it, you know what I'm saying? I ain't like the anyway, you feel me? Because when he come in there, they always argue. They always arguing as a couple anyway, they always in there arguing every day. You feel what I'm saying? As soon as they come in there, they arguing and trying to kill each other in the house, you know what I'm saying? So
It's telling that as soon as De'Ara and Tyler are brought into the conversation, JP makes an effort to cast them in a negative light. He doesn't know what the detectives have on him, but he knows where this conversation is going.
Let's talk. I know you mentioned before that you apparently know a lot about a lot of homicides, or you know of a lot of homicides,
Yeah.
or murders or whatever. So there's a guy who got shot over there in the next complex over. You familiar with that one?
yeah, I
You
heard about
that one?
I heard about it. Everybody was outside because I think like
What'd you
3 or 4
hear?
days before that, 3 or 4 days before that, somebody got robbed right there. You know what I'm saying? Because they told us to stop walking through the cut out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then the next time, that's what happened right there in that cut. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay. They tell me not to go to the cut. I'm on probation. I ain't going to the cut. You see what I'm saying? That's just what it is. You feel me? That's just what it was.
So
You know
what was the word on the street for that one? What happened?
It just was like they said somebody had got shot over there. You know what I'm saying? And whoever the dude was, they ain't stay over there. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what the news was saying. You know what I'm saying? That was it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm trying to find out like that. You feel me? Man, I'm telling these in the house like, look up. You feel me? If y'all got anything that's going on with that situation, you feel me? And everybody like, oh no, like nothing going on. You know what I'm saying? But
So you think somebody?
I know it wasn't nobody in that house, you know what I'm saying? But if it was somebody in that house, they could have fooled me anyway, you know what I'm saying?
Well, why would you even say that? Why would you think that
Because
somebody in the house involved?
everybody over there just was looking when I was asking what the hell was going on. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, what the hell going on? Everybody moving around, but you know what I'm saying? I guess they said there was so many police outside. I woke up, you know what I'm saying? When I got up.
So were you staying there at that time? You were staying in the apartment at that time?
Yeah, I came over there that day. I was over there.
What do you mean? What day?
The
After
day-
it happened?
No, after the buddy had got hit in the cut and they told us to stay out the cut. That's when I came over there. That's what I'm talking about.
That
right
was
now.
before the guy
that
got
was before
shot.
all that, yeah, that was before all that.
But you remember being around in the complex or living there at the time that guy got shot?
Nah, I was on the moment of getting kicked out. That's when I was on my burial, getting all my shit, going to my auntie house.
Right, but I'm saying,
Yeah.
I mean, were you staying there at that time?
Mm-mm.
You weren't.
No.
Do you know? Were you over there at that time? Like what during this?
I used to always be over there, like I go over there, chill, because they ain't had no key to the door. All right, boom, they had no key to the door. So they had to come to the door and I had to let them in. You know what I'm saying? They can't lock the door if nobody ain't in there, so you know what I'm saying? So they gotta leave it open. So she didn't want to leave the door open, so I'll be over there. And then when she unlock the door, come in and do everything, I leave. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was, you feel me?
Notice how JP talks in confusing circles when asked a direct question by detectives to avoid having to give a direct answer. This is a tactic he'll employ throughout his interrogation. What he doesn't realize is they aren't going to fall for any of it.
But do you remember being over there during that time though? Like the day, do you remember the day that guy got shot? Obviously it was pretty big news in the complex. Everybody pretty much knows about it pretty quick.
Nah, everybody was just really like, I don't know. Like, whenever that went on.
What I'm saying is, do you
Like,
remember
every
living
time
there at
something
that
went
time?
on, yeah, I was there. But I'm saying I wasn't living there.
Okay.
I wasn't living there. I wasn't living there at all.
Okay. What was your relationship like with all these people? Did you have phone contact with them a lot, or?
I just friends, you know what I'm saying? You know, fans, I be calling them fam, you know what I'm saying? Like, the last people that I had named, like Ghost, you know what I'm saying? I just met him, I just met old girl, just met old boy, her little boyfriend or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But everybody else I had been new, you know what I'm saying? Chelsea, I knew her ever since I've been out, because she was talking to my cousin when I got out, you know what I'm saying? So, it's just like, I found out her little true self when he got locked up, you know what I'm saying? She was just out there running wild, trying to do everything she wanted to do and stuff, and I'm like, nah, you know what I'm saying? It ain't going down like that, you feel me? So, you know, that's what it was. It was a lot of stuff like that, man. There was a lot of stuff going on like that.
Okay.
You know, but I don't know how and my name came up in this. That's what I'm trying to see. You feel what I'm saying?
JP does it again. Instead of answering the question, he gives a vague response about Deara and Tyler, and then goes on a tangent, trying to draw them away from the fact that he was in frequent contact with Deara during this time.
Yeah, well, I mean, it definitely came up. So this is Jeremy's phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's try and turn it on and see if that was the right password. Who was using this when he got locked up? Have you been holding this pretty much since he got locked up?
Nah, everybody used that phone. Everybody used that phone, man.
So everybody use that phone?
Yeah.
Okay, but this phone is yours.
Yeah, that's my phone.
You use that exclusively. How long have you had this one?
I had this. I've been out since I've been out.
So you had that about a year or so?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, here's the deal, man. I mean, I'm just gonna lay it out for you. I mean, you've pretty much been identified as a person that shot that guy. I mean, that's why we're sitting here. I've got some people telling me that you were the one that shot him, and I've got a lot of people saying that you told them that you shot him.
What? Man, heck no, man. Why would I incriminate myself if I did shoot somebody, man? Come on, man. That'd be dumb. Come on, man. I just came out of chain. What I look like doing something like that, though? Who would do something like that? You feel me?
Well, that's a good question. It would take a pretty sick person to do something like that.
I wouldn't do nothing like that at all. That's stupid.
You know, I agree it's very stupid, and it's a pretty serious thing.
JP's denial lends less like a declaration of innocence and more like a badly rehearsed audition where even he seems unconvinced by his own performance. And the detectives aren't buying it either.
But you know, we've been working on this for a very long time. Obviously, this didn't just happen yesterday.
Right.
You know, I've had your name floating around for quite a while. And what was your relation? I mean, you said you didn't really have phone contact with all these guys.
Like, yeah, we.
I mean, here's the deal. You know,
we talking
you
phone.
guys there was a lot of dope getting moving out of that house, right? I mean, let's cut this shit. You know, I mean, there's a lot of dope coming out of that house, right?
Yeah, everybody.
Come on,
people had a little dope. You know what I'm saying?
This isn't your first day on the street. This isn't my first day as a cop. All right, so let's have a little.
Everybody had their little moves going on, whatever they were doing.
So what were you working anywhere when you lived over there? So what was your move? How were you getting money?
What you mean I was getting money? I wasn't getting no money. I was broke. These clothes right here, my uncle gave me all this stuff, man. I ain't got no money.
How were you eating?
What you mean? I buy some food stamps. All right, look, boom. If somebody got some food stamps, dude was selling food stamps down the street.
How you buy 'em, man? That's what he asking you. How you survive every day? When your little kids come over, how you feed them?
Oh, I had ramen noodles. I went to the store. They got the pack for $5.
So how you get the $5 to buy the ramen noodles?
Dude got the food stamps down the street, and I'm buying the food stamps from him.
How you get the money to buy the food stamps? How you
Auntie,
make the
I
money?
either got the money from my auntie or my mama sent me some money from Detroit.
Let's have a real conversation here, right? Because you got to survive. All right, you're living on the streets. You don't have a job. You got to survive. All right. Like I said, this isn't our first day. This isn't your first day. You know, we've all been around doing this before. And right now, I think we're just kind of floating around in no man's land with this conversation. I mean, let's get to the meat of this conversation. All right. I mean, there's dope moving out of that apartment. Okay, you're moving. You're helping with this.
I'm not helping
dope.
with none of that. I'm not helping with none of that.
JP, come on.
I'm not helping with none of that.
You are lying to yourself so bad right now.
I'm not helping with none of that. My hands was washed.
So you're the only person in there when people are doing all this stuff?
A lot of people ain't moving nothing. Just because I said if they had people,
so what,
if they had their friends over there,
people got
dude
guns
might
in
be
the
a drug
apartment?
dealer. You know what I'm saying? He might be a drug dealer. Guess what? He bring the supply. You know what I'm saying? That's him. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I mind my business. He mind his business.
So who's moving the drugs?
Smoke.
Who's moving the drugs through that apartment?
Nobody moving no drugs out of there.
You just sat there and said they were slinging, man.
No, I'm talking about he's saying like it's a trap house. You see what I'm saying?
I'm not saying that.
If one person come over there with some weed and he be like, oh, let me get a little blunt from you, and they bad like that, you know what I'm saying? That's what's going on. We partying over there, you know what I'm saying? Now if we drinking, yeah, I get the liquor and all that, you know what I'm saying? The booze and stuff, we in there drinking like a mug, you feel me? But other than that, man, there ain't no heavy drugs over there like you thinking crack, you know what I'm saying, and all that other stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like weed, yeah, you know what I'm saying? There's weed in there, yeah, herbs in there, but other than that, ain't no just heavy drug dealing going on with that dough just beating all night, you know what I'm saying?
So what about guns? People got guns in there?
If people got their gun, yeah, some people got their gun.
Detectives have effectively blindsided JP. This is a tactic wherein they bombard him with a high-stakes question, whether he was dealing drugs, then abruptly switch topics, giving him no time to come up with a plausible denial.
Some people do got their gun, no?
Who had guns in there? Let's talk about
A
that.
couple people, man.
Like who? I mean, this is specific, dude.
A couple people, man.
I'm going to tell you right now, JP, this is the most important conversation you're probably ever going to have in your life right now.
Right.
Okay, so when I'm asking
talking
you
real
for,
to you, man. You think I ain't talking about talking real to you? I really want to see what's going on.
Listen to me for a second. Listen
Straight
to me.
up, man.
What I mean by that is that when I ask you who had the gun, I'm not asking you to tell me, yeah, a lot of people. I'm asking specific. When I ask you who, if I ask you a who question, that means I'm looking for a name. Everybody's telling me that you're the guy with the guns, and why are all the guns are coming back to that house, to your McCord-Livesey house? Who in there? Who
ain't no guns in there. Y'all just ramshacked that without nobody knowing. Ain't nothing in there. Ain't no guns in there, man.
Who in that house would have been receiving guns?
Nobody.
Nobody?
Man, ain't nobody in there playing with no guns, man.
So if I told you that I had text messages from people giving that address, specifically you texting people giving that address saying to bring guns over there, would that be a lie?
You probably wouldn't. But I'm saying.
Probably or wouldn't, because you don't sound very confident.
You said if you
let me explain this to you. Let me explain this to you, okay? I'm not going to go through everything I've gotten here, all right? This is half of my case file. The other half's on my desk, all right? This is not my first day working this, all right? I've been getting court orders, search warrants, all kinds of different warrants. I've been tracking phones. I've been mapping phones. I've been doing all kinds of different shit on this case, all right?
Mm-hmm.
This is not day one. I don't just come pick you out of the blue, okay? The judges don't just hand out murder warrants like candy, all right?
No,
there's a reason. Listen. Hey, stop.
Shooter.
Let me talk, okay? I let you talk. When I talk, I just ask you that you let me talk, all right? We got to give and take here.
Right.
JP still thinks he can talk his way out of this. He doesn't know that the detectives already have enough to take him down when this case goes to trial, and they're about to shatter his delusions.
So what I'm trying to tell you is that there's a reason why we're sitting here having this conversation. It's not an accident that you're sitting here in this
I know
seat.
that.
Okay.
I ain't know that. I know that.
I've got all your text messages. I got all the other people involved in this text messages. Okay, I got a lot of conversation. I know a lot about you that you probably wish I didn't know about you. All right? That's just being straight up. All right? I want you to be straight up with me. I'm going to be straight up with you. But all this denial crap is not getting us anywhere. All right? Right now, I got people putting a gun in your hand executing somebody. That sounds pretty bad.
That's right. That's
right?
why I'm in here like.
That's going to sound pretty bad when people start looking at that.
That's what I'm saying.
So if there's more to it, because the same people that are telling me that say that when you told them that you're saying stuff like guys are reaching for something in his waistband. And this. So if there's more to it, and maybe there's something else that provoked this, or this shouldn't have happened. All right, this was listen. There was a robbery that was going to happen. All right, I know that. Why did it get to this point? I don't know. But that's what we need to talk about here, because that's the shit that's going to make all the difference in this, is why. That's the question. People are going to be asking why. Why did this happen? All the questions I'm asking you, I'm trying to see if you're going to tell me the truth. And right now, you're failing. You're failing miserably. You haven't told me hardly any truth, other than maybe you've been living there and a few things here and there. But let's cut through all the crap and let's just have a real conversation. All right?
I ain't talking to you real.
Can we do that?
I'm talking to you real. I'm talking to you real.
You're not.
I'm talking to you real by telling you that I'm not the shooter. I'm telling you
all
that.
right, so who's the shooter?
I don't know. So you really think I was right there when that jump going on, man? Come on, man. I wasn't even out there like that.
I don't think you were right there. I think you were holding a gun. No. According to the information I have, you're the one pulling the trigger.
And how would that be possible, man?
What do you mean, how would that be possible?
If I wasn't there. Right there on the scene, I wasn't there.
So where were you?
Man, I wasn't there. I wasn't there nowhere near around when that thing happened.
Well, where were you? Tell me where you were.
I wasn't there.
Where were you? Answer the,
I don't even know what day this was. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. I don't even know what day this was, man.
In the absence of a viable excuse, JP hits them with a timeless classic. It wasn't me. I wasn't there. And I can't give you an alibi because I don't remember. The detectives have heard the memory loss excuse 1,000 times.
Like, I wasn't even there. That's what I'm saying, man. Whoever's saying that, that's what I need to know who's saying that, man. For real. Because whoever's saying that, man, they got something to do with that. You feel me? And they trying to put it on me.
Well, what's funny about that is that the people that are saying that admitted to what they did in this. They put themselves where they are because they admitted their part.
They ain't met all the way. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Well, that's where you come in. If there's more to it, that's why I need you to
somebody
tell
gonna
me.
try to make somebody else be the shooter if they don't want to go. Goddamn, gonna do their time. You feel what I'm saying? If I'm out here knocking heads off, man, I ain't worried about doing no time, man. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. If you got the courage enough to do something like that, you feel me? You gonna do your time. You see what I'm saying? That's just what it is. That's just where I come from, Detroit. You know what I'm saying? You gonna do your time. You see what I'm saying?
Bringing up this Detroit Code of Honor is especially amusing, given that JP is doing whatever he can to wriggle out of the sentence he deserves.
They're not trying to say they did. That's already been done. That stuff's been done. We're past that. When I went and talked to the judge today and got that warrant for you for murder, we're past that. Like I said, we're way past where you think we probably are. All right? But if you want to look like, if you want to tell me what happened out there and fill me in, or if you just want to look like somebody that just doesn't give a shit.
No, I'm not saying it like
we'll
I'm not saying it like I don't give a shit, man. I'm damn real telling you, man.
By you saying I wasn't there, I wasn't
put me
there.
on the scene. That's just like if I could say anybody right now.
Nah,
like,
man.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen. There's a difference between pulling some random name out of your ass and just throwing it out and saying such and such and such was here and did this. That's not what we're talking about. These people know you. Y'all hang out. They didn't disassociate themselves with what took place. They implicated themselves just like they implicated you.
But they implicated me so they can get themselves off the damn.
They're not getting off of anything.
They got the same charge you got.
That's what you don't understand. We're not saying that they snitched on you so that they can clear their names. They ain't clear nothing.
Watch JP's face as the truth starts to sink in. He knows that if De'Ara and Tyler are both looking at a murder charge, it doesn't make sense for them to make up a story about him. But it also has another meaning for JP. If they've already talked, he no longer has an obligation to protect them either.
That would look like to me.
They snitched on themselves, and because you're there, you're in it too. Is basically how it works. They didn't talk themselves out of anything. They fessed up to what they actually admitted. They owned up to what the hell they did.
I don't know, cause they ain't own up to whatever they did. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They ain't own up to what they did for sure. You feel me? That's what I'm saying, man. I don't know, man.
So that's what you believe in.
What?
You believe in owning up to what you do and what you don't do.
Cause they ain't own up to what they did.
No, I'm asking you. Forget about them. You, yourself.
Yeah.
That's what you believe in.
And what?
If you out here, you doing dirt, you robbing, you killing. If you get caught up, you admit to it. That's what you're saying you do.
If I got caught up, I ain't caught up though.
I'm asking you. I'm just asking you a question.
Yeah, man. I'm saying I'm gonna be a man about my stuff though, for real. You know what I'm saying? But if somebody put me in a place that I wasn't at, man.
We're not. Forget about them. We're not just
That's what
talking
I'm
about
saying.
them. We're talking about the telephone companies. We're talking about other evidence.
But
We're
I
not
never
just talking
said-
about. We didn't just use your friend and say,
Right,
hey.
but I never said I wasn't talking to them. I never said that I never associated with them. I never said none of that. See what I'm saying? So I never lied to y'all about none of that. All I said is I wasn't there when that was going down.
At this point, the detectives are just pummeling JP. First with the onslaught of evidence, then with the confessions of his accomplices. Now they're bruising his ego by implying that he isn't being a man through accepting his fate. And his body language, agitated expression, slumped shoulders, fidgeting hands, all make it clear that they're wearing him down.
These people are not. They didn't walk away scot-free from this. They got charged with the same thing. So what we're saying is you played a role in this just like they did.
But they tried to make me play the main role in this, like I was just right there in the situation.
So
You know
correct
what I'm saying?
me.
That's like me and you and him right there, and I just be like, oh, he the one.
Okay.
He the one. And I just putting it all
All
on you
right.
like
Well,
that.
that's
You know what I'm
fine.
saying?
That's fine.
And saying
Well,
you the one that just took this man life.
Listen, now it's your opportunity to tell us different. If that's
That's
the
what I'm
case.
trying to tell you.
That's why we're sitting here having this conversation.
All I know is her boyfriend was throwed off, man, and they used to be trying to hit everybody, you know what I'm saying? And all I know is they, you know what I'm saying, she got them was selling something, doing something. You feel what I'm saying?
That
And
night?
he had people over there because they supposed to be having some people in some little gang they in M16 or whatever they in, whatever little gang they in. She already was doing dirt around here in North Cross. You know what I'm saying? So if you know me, then I'm pretty sure you know who this is anyway.
I do.
All right,
Absolutely.
then. So you know her record too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We got all.
And she already be around Norcross. You know what I'm saying? So they ain't had nothing. That's why I said they ain't had nothing to do with me.
Finally, the detectives have nudged JP where they want him, pointing the finger at Diarra and Tyler. And like blood in the water, they can sense that it won't take much more pushing to get exactly what they want.
I'll tell you, the best thing you do right now is to make yourself, based on what we know, not look like a cold-blooded killer just out here executing people, is tell me what the hell happened.
I'm trying to
Because
tell you.
apparently what you're telling everybody else is that this guy tried to reach in his waist or
Man,
something
look
like
here,
that.
man. I'm telling him what the hell people told me. I ain't tell them that it was me. You feel what I'm saying?
What did he tell you?
Man, what?
Hey, listen.
I try to make me be out like a snitch, man.
No, listen. Now's the time for you to talk. This is your opportunity to paint a picture for yourself, not us.
Yeah.
It's like he just told you, your people have already told us a story, and we support that story with evidence. So you're the missing pieces of the puzzle, and this is your opportunity to shine. He told you this is the most important time of your life. This ain't about no damn probation. It ain't about no robberies. We ain't talking about no damn guns in the picture or who you selling guns to. It's beyond that. So if there was any time for you to talk, it's right now.
All right, look. She goddamn set me up. This nigga goddamn shot me, man. Straight up.
How do you know that?
Because they told me. And that real. They supposed to hit me for some ice. You know what I'm saying? They supposed to hit dude for some ice.
Who?
One of these dudes, I don't even know, man. You know what I'm saying? They came back.
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put this away. Let's start from scratch, all right? Let's pretend we're just starting this conversation.
All right.
'Cause we've been through a lot of bullshit in this conversation. Come on.
But that's what I'm saying. But I'm
Be
like,
honest
man,
with
how
me.
would they say that though, man?
All
You know what
right.
I'm saying? That just threw me off guard.
Just listen to what he telling you.
So tell me, all right. So now you're familiar with the incident, all right? So we're getting over these humps little by little.
I've been familiar with the incident. I just
You
ain't no
understand that-
snitch, you know what I'm saying? I ain't no snitch,
Well-
you know what I'm saying? But since they put me in the clay, I ain't got no choice. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no choice but to say something.
So tell me what happened.
Boom, she got down. They went to a club that night.
What club they go to?
I don't know. They went to a
Let's
little
walk
bar.
through. Let's walk through slow and let's be fairly specific.
Her and her dude went to a bar. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? When they went to the bar, I guess they seen some dudes and whatever, you feel what I'm saying? So they came back to the house. You feel what I'm saying? When they came back to the house, she like, oh, I got these dudes, you know what I'm saying? Basically saying, you know what I'm saying, they about to rob me, you know what I'm saying? So Buddy and her had the gun. She drove the car, you know what I'm saying, to go over there. You feel what I'm saying? So when she went over there, all you hear goddamn gunshot, you know what I'm saying, when it happened. They come running to the house, you see what I'm saying? I tell her, like, damn, bro, what the f going on? You see what I'm saying? He like, oh, shit, man, nothing. So Chelsea ass at the damn door, and she's thinking I'm coming in with this. I'm not coming in with this. I'm already hearing the shot, so I'm trying to goddamn get to the door off the muscle anyway, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I know something going on with them two, and I know they just took her car. You see what I'm saying? So boom, they come back to the house, oh man, it's a wrap. I'm like, what's up? He like, boy, we just did these boys around the corner, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the f, man, you know what I'm saying? So motherfuckers started leaving. Everybody started leaving, you know what I'm saying? Boom, 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 boom. Goddamn, it was about 10 people in the house. Everybody started leaving. You feel what I'm saying? Real shit. Boom, all right.
JP hasn't just pointed the finger. He's heaped all of the blame onto the other couple and maintained his innocence. What he doesn't understand is that while it's better than his earlier claims, it's not enough to deflect the evidence and testimonies that implicate him.
So you're saying at the time the shot was, you were inside at that time?
Yeah, I was
So
inside.
who left the apartment to go? So you said she went first and she
And then
took
he-
Chelsea's car?
Yeah, and then he
And then-
walked out. He walked out.
Who did?
Our boyfriend.
Looney?
Yeah.
Did he go by himself? Or did he go with somebody
Yeah,
else?
he left by himself.
Okay.
He went out there by his damn self, and then when I got them, when the shots went off, and I got them went outside to see what the hell was going on, they ran up the breezeway. I come in the house with his ass. Just
So
right
you went
there.
out, so they leave and then you hear a shot and you go outside?
Yeah, he got mad at me because I was going off on his ass like, bruh, what the f***? This is my cousin, man. Y'all can't keep on goddamn letting off shots.
So what
You know
gun,
what I'm
he had a
saying?
gun with him?
Yeah, he had a
What
gun.
gun did he have with him?
I think he had the 40. She had 357.
All right, so around the time that this happens, so you're in there So why are you in the room with them hearing this conversation? What's the purpose of you being there? Why would they clue you into this if they're doing all this stuff?
Man, she about to give me some weed. She said she was about to give me some goddamn weed to smoke. I like, yo, give me some weed to smoke. You about to give me some weed to smoke. She got me some, oh, all right, bet. So when she came back from the club, she supposed to have some weed already, though. You know what I'm saying? But she ain't had the weed. She told me, so let me go through this mood in. You know what I'm saying? But I'm really thinking she about to go fuck. I ain't know that she really gonna rob me, though. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, damn, when I see this, like, where the guns at?
So you're saying that during that conversation on the phone, nobody talked about robbing these guys?
No,
you just told me.
She was talking about, and then he was like, rob these niggas. That's what he said. Remember I told you he said that. He just came out of nowhere to me. I'm like, rob these motherfuckers. They trying to see, what if she really was goddamn a stripper or something and they wanted to take her and fuck her? No, so he get mad at like that. He let his emotions get into it because he really loved the girl, man. And you can ask anybody in the house, anybody name I gave you, or anybody that was around that knew that them motherfuckers down there, he'd kill for her ass and she'd kill for him down there. She had to rap on him, man. Put it like that. You know what I'm saying? He'd do anything she tell him to do. You feel what I'm saying? Just like that. You feel me? And that's how it was, man. That's exactly how it was.
So by what you're saying, Jason and JD should be able to vouch for you and say that you were in the apartment during that time?
Yeah. They should be able
Well, I'll tell you that I just talked to both of them. Those were the two guys I talked to back at your house. What do you think they said?
About what? Depending on what you ask.
About this whole situation, this day, and who was where during this whole time?
Oh, they probably said they don't know.
What do you think they said?
They probably said they don't know.
You think they put you in that apartment?
Mm-hmm. They should have. If they didn't, they probably don't know, man.
They should have because they should cover for you, or they should have because that's the truth?
They should have because that's the damn truth. For real, man. I don't know. If they didn't, then they didn't. You know what I'm saying? I can't do nothing about that. All I can do is tell you what happened, and I'm telling you what happened. You know what I'm saying?
You're telling me a story. You're telling me, like I said, I don't know that you're telling me what happened. You're telling me a story about what happened. I don't know that what you're telling me is necessarily 100% true, but you're telling me something. We're getting close. That's something on a positive note. We're definitely moving in the right direction. Well, I'll answer the question. They didn't put you in the apartment. They didn't. So that kind of sucks. That's not good.
Despite talking to dozens of people, no one is willing to vouch for JP. It's another chink in the armor of his story.
So here's the thing: is that if you're not out there to see anything, you're still no good to me as a witness. If you're saying that you heard about it, but you didn't see it. So
basically, they said they heard me say it. Hell.
No,
they saying they heard me say it. He say, she say the same thing I'm doing.
He said.
You know what I'm saying? If it's fake, you feel what I'm saying?
Louis told me he watched you do it.
Man, that man flexing, man. That man watched me do that. Man.
He said he watched you hit the first guy and knock him to the ground.
Man, what?
And then he said he took off running because he was scared of you, and then you shot the other guy.
What?
That's what he said.
Man, that man flexing, man. That man flexing.
That's funny to you?
I wish you do a secret caller and got there. Let me call this and be like this here. Hey, yeah, man. What's up? You know what I'm saying? Or anything. Put a wire on it. Man, I'm telling you, man, if I go around these people, man, these people are not going to say the same damn thing that they were saying when y'all...
Of course not. Just like when you go talk to...
And I'm going to go with them and say the same thing.
Well, it's just like when you go talk to your friends, you're not saying the same thing you tell us.
But I'm saying, though, I ain't telling
a lot of people...
Somebody. Who the hell going to say that, though?
That's not what I'm hearing.
What killer want to know, let somebody know who killed, man? That's what I'm saying. I don't never do that. I don't never do that type of shit. Because...
Well, the funny thing about that whole incident is that there's only 3 phones that are bouncing back and forth between each other, 3 numbers that keep calling each other. You know who those people are? They're you, Snoopy, and Looney. You guys are playing phone tag that whole time. So what's going on with that? Tell me about that.
Shit, she ain't never come back. Old girl ain't never come back, man. When he came
you already said she came back.
No, I did not. I said he came back. And then she ain't come back yet. When she came back with burning clothes. When she went back, she supposed to went back and on Buddy that was down on the ground, and she went back on the scene. That what the hell she did. That's what I'm saying. She ain't come straight back. She went back on the scene and tried to goddamn grab Buddy's cell phone. I'm trying to tell you, protect this. You know what I'm saying?
You're saying she never came back to the apartment
straight
afterwards?
No, she didn't come straight back. She went and grabbed her cell phone.
Did anybody else go with her?
She went and grabbed one of the cell phone, man, because her number was in there. I mean,
who else went with her to do that?
I don't know.
We should, because she went and came and picked people back from the apartment that went with her.
The detectives are too fast and have too much on him. JP can't keep up, and he can't accept it.
Because I've already confirmed that.
I don't know who the hell.
So let's think hard here.
It had to be Chelsea. Couldn't have been nobody else but Chelsea, man.
But that goes against what you just told me, that she never came back. You see, there's a lot of... Hang on, stop. Please stop. Because you talk over me a lot and it's getting frustrating. There are a lot of little things as we're talking, and I'm not pointing all of them out. I'm pointing a few of them out. There's a lot of little things that just they're not matching up, man. I appreciate you trying. You're trying very hard to paint a picture of what you want to have happened. But here's the deal, man. Nobody can change what happened. The truth's going to come out regardless. All right?
Right.
I'm saying nobody can change what happened, so you can't try. You can try, but there's always going to be inconsistencies when you try to bend the truth of something that happened in the past. And that's what we're dealing with right now, is that you're trying hard to give me a story, but the story you're giving me is not accurate. It's not matching up.
Man, the story I'm giving you, I swear it's the correct story, man. The story I'm giving you is the real story, man. That's exactly what's going on. I swear to God, man, I'm not lying to you. It's just hard for me to explain it. I'm trying to explain it so far. I got little time to explain this. It's all in my goddamn head.
You got little time. We're gonna sit here for 2 hours probably now.
I'm trying to get everything out, man. I ain't trying to miss nothing. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I ain't trying to miss nothing, man. And every time I do miss something, you pinpoint it back and be like, oh, you missed that. And you forgot this. And you ain't say this. And I be like, damn, I gotta put it in the missing puzzle.
JP, you got me. You got my head spinning with all these different. Do you realize where we've gone in this conversation from where we started to where we are now? Do you realize
I'm trying to fill in the holes. I'm trying to fill in the hole. That's exactly.
How much has changed in your story since we started?
What changed in my story?
Everything changed.
What changed in my story for real?
You went from not knowing anything about anything to...
Because I just told you I wasn't trying to snitch on, you know what I'm saying?
Well, listen, man.
They snitching on me and you just told me like straight up, man, look.
JP, I'm gonna go get some water.
This your last chance to say something.
You want some water, JP?
Yeah.
Let me get you some water, man.
At this point, everyone is exhausted. But just as it seems like they can't get any further, the lead detective's snap decision to leave the room changes everything.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
Look, we beyond the bullshit, man. You feel what I'm saying? This man's been working on this case for 3 months, every single day. All right? He knows a lot more about you and everybody else that's involved than you would ever believe. You feel what I'm saying? So to sit there and play these little bullshit ass games, it's just insulting our intelligence. And that's not getting anywhere.
But I wasn't there though, bro. I'm trying to tell you, man. That's how they trying to do me like that.
As bad as you would like to turn back the hands of time and not be there, we know you were there, man. What we want to understand is, was this the plan from jump to just go out there and murk one of these cats? Or was the plan just to rob them and just got out of hand? There's a big difference between the two. You feel what I'm saying? It's a big difference. That's a critical element for this case. Because that separates you and everybody else involved from being a cold-blooded killer to just somebody that got caught up in a robbery that just went sideways. You feel what I'm saying? That's a big difference, my man. That's night and day. And you gotta understand that. Because now is the time for you to paint that picture for us so that we understand the difference between what happened. So was it a robbery and shit just went sideways or what? Was the cat reaching for something and you thought he had something and you wanted to get him before he got you?
I don't know, man. It was like...
If that's what it was, man, it is what it is. That's what it was?
That's what it was.
That's what it was. So you wanted to get him before he got you?
Yeah.
So how did that happen?
He got down. He had a gun.
Who? Which one?
The dude that was on the ground.
So was he reaching under his shirt?
Yeah.
He was going in his waist or what?
Yeah,
And you thought he was holding.
yeah.
So you popped.
Out of fear.
How many times did you shoot him?
Once.
Just once. Where'd you shoot him at?
I don't know.
Through progressive pressure and the well-paced reveal of evidence, the detectives do it. They get the confession that will finally tie everything together.
What did the who was with you?
Looney.
Looney. What was he doing when this was happening?
Man, he the one hit the man.
So he hit the other dude.
Man, he hit the that was supposed to be out, you know what I'm saying? He hit him first. Fell. You know what I'm saying? Reaching, man, you know what I'm saying?
So he hit the other dude and the other cat started reaching.
Nah, he hit the first dude that got killed.
Mm-hmm.
He hit him
What you mean he hit him?
with a gun.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Dude fell. The dude wasn't out. You know
Uh-huh.
what I'm saying? The dude started pulling up like a Ruger or something.
The other one. Or the same one.
Same one.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Shit. Now I seen him about to pull that motherfucker, I just let go.
So he was already on the ground.
Getting up, he was like this. He was on the ground like this, just like this. And it was almost over with, man. And he ain't paying attention, just went around the wall. He beat the other up. You know what I'm saying? And that what it was.
So what happened after you shot him?
We both ran
Where'd y'all go?
to the house,
Where was Snoopy at?
riding around.
What'd y'all do when y'all got back to the apartment?
They did everything. Took the gun, took the goddamn clothes, took everything.
Where they took it to?
Snoopy's sister house. And that what it was, you know what I'm saying?
Did all the stuff stay there?
Mm-mm. But this what I was saying, she had went back to grab Buddy's phone. Broad day, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
She went back and tried to grab the phone.
So how soon after y'all got back to the apartment did she come back to the apartment and then y'all went back and she searched the guy?
I ain't go back with him.
Okay, so you didn't go back. So did she come back to the apartment?
Mm-hmm.
What was said when y'all got back to the apartment?
Nothing. Ain't say shit to their ass. I was mad as hell.
So what made her decide to go and search him?
If it's true that Diarra returned to the crime scene to rob the dead man, it'll come back to bite her at trial, no matter how much information she gave investigators.
Cause her boyfriend, she just wanted to protect him.
So he told her to.
Yeah.
Who went back with her?
I think Chelsea was riding with her. Somebody else was riding with her. I ain't go with her.
Mm-hmm.
I stayed my ass in the house. You know what I'm saying? And all that shit was going on, I was like, shit had me blowed. You know?
Did she call you after she got done searching?
She ain't called me.
Did you ever talk to her afterwards?
Yeah.
When?
She was trying to get them down. She was trying to give me the guns back. And then when she was trying to come back and get them. You know what I'm saying?
So what did she take from him?
Man ain't had nothing. That's why I said all that shit was like, they did that shit for nothing.
Did he have anything in his pockets?
Nothing. That like, probably like some ice. I ain't had that much ice.
So did she tell you she took anything?
Just the phone.
One phone?
Mm-hmm.
What'd she do with the phone?
I don't know. She just got down like, I don't know. Like both just got down. Shit. I thought they was gonna kill my ass, yeah.
So you knew this day was coming?
Man, I knew it was coming, man. I ain't stupid.
How'd you know?
God told me, he been telling me, man.
What'd he tell you?
I pay my dues. I pay my damn dues, man. You know? I know I ain't mean like, you know, some cold-blooded killer. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never did that before in my life. You know? That's what it was. You know what I'm saying?
What did I miss?
The truth. Truth.
You feel better, don't you?
Yeah.
You look better. Your whole body language, your posture is different. You look like some weight just came off your shoulders a little bit.
Yeah, but you know, that's all it was though, man. It was just like shit, man. It was me.
It's a shitty situation. Things aren't supposed to go bad, right?
It was me and him. You know what I'm saying?
So fill me in a little bit. So
JP repeats his confession so both detectives can deliberate. From here on, there's a mixture of both dread and relief in his voice.
I told him, man, I prayed about it though. You know what I'm saying? I just knew my day would come when it was gonna happen like that. I ain't tripping though. You know what I'm saying? But you know, shit, how they just tried to do all that other shit they did. That was some shit though, man.
what other?
Like try to put it all on me. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, y'all the motherfuckers made it, set that shit up. Y'all the motherfuckers goddamn. You feel me? I went. Yeah, I went. Shit, y'all the motherfuckers came up with this shit. You feel me?
Well, listen, I never told you that they said you planned it. They admitted. They told me they planned it. They both admitted. Like I said, I wasn't lying to you when I told you that they admitted their role in it. Okay. I mean, I'm not the type of guy that just sits here and bullshit. Because the way I look at it, if I bullshit you and I say some shit that doesn't work and I tell you something, you know you got me, right? So why would I sit here and, I got no reason to lie to you. I mean, they both admitted to it. They both said they planned it. They said they wanted to rob these dudes. I mean, it's no secret. Like I said, it wasn't any secret. I mean, we knew that. I knew this the day it happened. Obviously, I get his phone records. What do you think's in there? Her phone number. Over.
And I already knew that. That's why she went back and got on the phone. You know what I'm saying? She went back and got on like shit. It's already over with. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, man. It be sometimes you be like, man.
So did you go back with him or no?
Nah, I ain't go back with him.
Who do you know who went back?
So nah, I think Chelsea went with him though. But I ain't never go back with him. I ain't never go back with him. Cause I was like, that shit. I'm like, man, I ain't with y'all no more. You know what I'm saying? I stopped with him. That was just the ultimate, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, man. Cause it felt like shit. Still in my life though, you know what I'm saying? Same damn thing.
So as far as the other people around, Jason, JD, do they have anything to do with this?
No, they ain't got nothing to do with shit, man. They go home. Nobody else ain't got nothing to do with that shit.
I'm just saying, man. I mean, I think you did the right thing. Like I said, that's the main reason why we sit down and talk is there's always a different side to it, and obviously on face value it looks one way, and that's why we sit down and talk and figure out what actually happened. So I appreciate you talking with us and filling us in. I mean, that's obviously important stuff to know. Just like, I mean, every case, it's any case anywhere, everybody tries to minimize their own involvement and I'm sure it helps them feel better about themselves, and it's not the first time it's happened, it's not the last time, but
You want some more water, man?
Yeah, let me get a little bit more, man.
I'm gonna say I'm exhausted. I know you're probably exhausted. Need to go to the restroom or anything?
Nah, I'm good.
The exact details may contradict, but detectives leave these interrogations with full confessions. Combined with months of investigations and a mountain of evidence, it's more than enough to head to trial. Despite sharing information in the hopes of a lighter sentence, Diarra's confession did nothing but confirm what detectives already knew, that she had set up the robbery gone wrong, leading directly to the murder of Stephen Carden. Instead of getting off with a lighter sentence, in November of 2015, Diarra was convicted on 2 counts of felony murder, armed robbery, and aggravated assault. She was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Maybe because this case is over a decade old, there is limited information on what happened to both JP and Tyler Estrada. It appears that Tyler was sentenced to 26 years in prison for accessory to murder. While we can't find the specific details of JP's trial, it's likely he was also sentenced to life in prison. This trio thought they could get away with an armed robbery, but had no idea that it would blow up in their faces. Literally. Not only did they destroy the life of a man who trusted a stranger, but they've left their families behind to do it. For more interrogation videos like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button and let us know in the comments what case you would like to see covered next.